Hi guys, this is Ryan from the Backgammon 316 channel. Today I thought I'd show you something a little interesting. It's going to be a brief review here, but this is the Christian Standard Bible large print ultra thin edition. This came out in 2017. I was looking at some of my older Bibles today, but there is one that I just keep pulling off the shelf and I will occasionally read from because it's just such a deep time of meditation and understanding of the word of the Lord, and this is just a special Bible to me. It's one that I don't ever want to get rid of, and it will always be something that'll be cherished in my home. It's comes in what they called a premium goatskin. I don't believe they publish this one anymore, this exact edition anymore, which is really kind of a bummer. But oh yeah, there's my little page right here. I said I gave it to myself. Here, let me focus it here. That was for reading through the Bible 2 years in a row, and I got this in September of 2017. It was a really special year for me. 2 years of reading through the Bible in a row, and I'm like, you know what? I'm going to get myself this CSB. Hearing a lot of people talk about it. A lot of great Christians are endorsing it, and I wanted to get a hold of it. Here's, if you guys want to pause it and look for yourself, these are the ISBNs for the different editions of it. Yeah, black premium leather. And it is printed in China. The paper is definitely not thick. It's a very thin, if I had to take a guess, it's about 28 GSM. If I had to take a guess. But this is a really great Bible because when I was starting my second year at the Master's University, I was going to be taking my Old Testament Survey 1 class, which is going through half of the Old Testament in OT1, and then in OT2 you go through the second half. This is the Bible I primarily took to that class. From Genesis, I think, to 1 Samuel or 2 Samuel. I may be wrong on that, but here it is. It comes in, I think, what they called a 10.5 font. I don't really know if that's 10.5, to be honest with you. I think 9.5 or 9 would be more accurate. However, it makes up for its font that looks kind of small here in how it bolds the words. It is printed by 2K Denmark. So obviously 2K, if you know anything about them, they like to make their fonts a little unique and special for each of the Bibles that they work for, and this is no exception. They really did make the font nice and readable. I could read this from a distance, like way back here, and I could still read it for the most part. You'd have to take a look at it yourself. If there is any editions lying around, you'd see what I'm talking about. It came with center column references. The references come with letters instead of words, so you'd have to find the letter as you're reading the text, and then you look over here for that letter to see the reference. And it's an okay reference system. It's not my all-time favorite, but it's good enough, and the references are fine. There's sometimes some passages where I'm like, oh, they should have added that reference or this. It's okay. It's not meant to be exhaustive, but it leads you in the right direction, and it's a great addition. I'm all for references. Never have been against him, never will be. It is in paragraph style formatting. Because they made the font a little bit small, they make it bold, so it's easy enough to read, and you don't feel like you're getting lost in the text. In the New Testament, as some of you may know, because you probably watch Bible reviews on the internet, if you go to the New Testament, there are some passages, let's see if I can find some here, where if it quotes from the Old Testament, it will take the Old Testament and bold them and give you the reference as well. That's always a cool thing. I love going back and seeing references in the Old Testament going, oh, where are they quoting it from? Well, the CSB makes it easy. It makes it nice and bold for you, and you could go back and take a look at it. It was a great Bible to take some notes in, minor notes, nothing too crazy. Underlines and things like that. This is a Bible I would like go back to on and off. I think I remember 1 Corinthians. I did a lot of notes in here. Ephesians, things like that. It's just a really good Bible. I don't know if I mentioned already, but it is less than an inch thick. Comes with the silver gilt on the outside. I love how they put it in the middle there. That looks so clean. I don't know. I like simplicity like that. Just nice, clean presentation there. It's just really good. Less than an inch thick. It's got silver gilt pages, which I love with black. Always cool. I used to take this thing and shove it in my backpack, pull it out, and even if the leather was like up at this sharp of a corner, it would always go back. That's just really cool. I wish they would go back to this leather and make them for other premium Bibles, but we'll have to wait and see on that. So yeah, if you ever find an old edition of this out there, I would highly recommend it if you're serious about the Christian Standard Bible. I always loved it. I always liked their optimal equivalence translation philosophy, where they take the best of both worlds of dynamic and formal. I've always appreciated that about the CSB. And in my opinion, it's still more literal than most other dynamic translations out there. So this is a safe translation to use. And they got so many editions of it for like an apologetic study Bible. They got the regular study Bible, a Spurgeon study Bible, and they just came out with the Council Study Bible on biblical counseling. I am thinking about getting that one day. That might be an interesting review, because that's an important thing we need in our day and age in the Christian walk, and I'd be really looking forward to that, maybe to getting one of those. So yeah, that's it. That's my little CSB large print ultra thin Bible. I love this Bible. It's easy to read from, good for simple references, and it's great. It's just fun. Always had a good time reading this Bible, and it's just a pleasure to hold in the hand. Nice and floppy. You could crunch this thing up, do the bend test or whatever, and it'll stay flat. It's a good tool. So yeah. Oh, and I wanted to show you guys some books I've been reading or will be reading, like Shepherding a Child's Heart by Ted Tripp. Yeah, long overdue. I need to read this. A lot of people have been telling me to take a look at it, especially as I have my own son growing up, that this would totally be worth the time to understand it, how God wants us to raise our children. And right now I'm almost done with Eric Johnson's book, Introducing Christianity to Mormons, and I'm fairly almost a third of the way through Crisis of Conscience by Raymond Franz, a former member of the governing body of Jehovah's Witnesses, who later became a Christian. I'm reading through those books, and I'm just being blown away by all of it. But yeah, those are just extra books you could check out in your own time. That's not what the point of this video is. So I hope you guys enjoyed this. As always, leave a like or a comment in the description, and I hope you guys have a great day. Take care.